Selikoff is one of the few people in this room, I think, who enjoys being in the 7th grade. Please welcome Amy Selikoff.
So I'm so excited to be here tonight, and I'm so excited that I have a voice. Yesterday in the 7th grade in my class, I teach 7th grade civics, and I did not speak one word. All words were on the slide. I pointed to children, and they read what was on the slide, and I acted out emotions. They said, she's upset, she's happy, she's excited. I love my job. Here's why I love my job. Okay, we're going to learn tonight about what today's 7th grader looks like. Not like what, but who they are. I'm going to tell you why I love my job, what I do to teach my job, and then I'm also going to share with you what I think 7th graders can teach us adults. That's right, I think 7th graders have stuff to teach us. So try and guess which one is me as a 7th grader, the one on the left, the blonde one. And if you think about, in 1994, I was in the 7th grade. It was the heart of grunge. Kurt Cobain was all over the place. Grunge music, flannel clothes, dark depressing things, coffee, absolute moodiness. The definition of me as a 7th grader. Today's 7th grader probably has some of those same emotions, many emotions, but they also have an incredible amount of interconnectivity to this world. It's not just Twitter, it's just not Facebook, it's everything is instantaneous and kind of hazardous, but really fun. Look at that, look at that, I just love it. This is what I call a mental map of what's going on, I think, inside of a 7th grader's head. 7th grader's head. I don't know if they really have Joan Jett jumping up and down, but it is bold, it is fun, it is chaotic, it is a little bit rebellious. Well, whatever it is, it cannot be boring. Boring does not exist in their vocabulary because they will let you know in an instant whether or not you are being boring. These are 2 pictures from a castle building competition that we had in my class. And I just look at these dudes right here. I mean, how cool are they? They're not even trying. You just look. This is passion of 12-year-old, 13-year-old boys, and they can't even help it. And this is why I love teaching 7th graders attitude. Look at that. You can't market that. You show up, you want to meet passionate people, you want to inspire kids. Look, you can bore them in an instant, and I think that that is a sin, but it is not hard to impress them. All I have to do is I can stand on a table. They're like, why are you standing on a table? Why are you sitting in a chair? It's not hard. I love 7th grade because it's a time of soul searching. They don't have it figured out. They know they're not little kids. They know they're not grown up. But you can meet the most shy, timid kid, and inside they are a tiger. And you can meet a bully, and they just have the softest soul that you have to be tender with. It's a good job. It's a challenging job. I do a little more than teach the ABCs. You may wonder, I teach civics. No, I'm not a nun, but I do think of it like I have 100 postulates. I have a finite amount of time to impress my system of education on these kids. And you know what? They will buy into it because I can sell it to them. They buy into my system of education because this is what I plan to teach them. I want to make global citizens. I want to tell them that life is an adventure, that imagination is imperative, that you have to have a sense of humor. Respect is the foundation, and organization is key. You can have an awesome lesson, but if it's not organized, then they're really not going to get anything out of it. This is what I go in. I have to have high standards. They talk about, 7th graders are terrified. They're not to me, because these are my expectations. That you have to have respect, that you have to treat things equally, that you have to have ambition, and above all, you get to choose the legacy that you leave. And that if you choose to make your lasting impression both on the classroom and on the world, you can do amazing things. Every quarter, I start off with the same speech. It's a fun class, it's not an easy class. I hope you learn a whole bunch of cool stuff, but get over it, because it's not all going to be creating a castle in my classroom. Yes, we do a feudalism simulation to where I become Queen Amy the Fair. And they bow down to me, and they are my serfs. I don't even talk to half of them. But you know how I do speak with them? It's how you ask, it's how you say directions. When I want them to be quiet, I don't say, shut your mouth. Well, maybe. But I don't say that. I say, guys, be ninjas, not elephants. Ninjas are cool and stealthy, and they will sneak up on you, and you might be dead afterwards. Do not be elephants, be ninjas. How I keep them engaged? Is I keep them guessing. Sometimes I'll be hiding in the classroom with the lights off, with my microphone in the corner, and I will say, boo. And they'll be like, well, what is that all about? I said, there's no teacher in the room today. This is a lesson on anarchy. What are you going to do with it? keep them engaged, not through lots of words, but through intriguing visual images. If you think your life is on the line, I better know how to throw a knife. If it's funny, if it's gross, if it somehow matters, if it produces adventure and imagination, this is where we want our kids going. This is called cognitive dissonance. There's something wrong with this slide, Mrs. Selikoff. It's telling me things that my brain doesn't know how to handle it. And you know what? That's good. Because that makes us pause. That makes us think. That makes us consider. That makes us take an extra look and then go back one more time. Instead of just saying, done, I got the answer. And here's the big one. Here's what 7th graders have to teach everybody in this room. It's time to laugh, people. There are a lot of serious things. We can plug it and we can watch the news. But there's a place called Lake Titicaca. And that's real. And it's only 200 miles from Lake Poo Poo. And this map was drawn by a guy named Wiener. That's real. That's real, you guys. So how do we save our schools? Yes, we have to bring in some humor. But we have to bring in personal responsibility and accountability for each individual. Not just for teachers. We can only do so much. But each student, if you require excellence of students, they want to be excellent. So what does our future hold? Every generation says the generation after them, oh, I'm so scared what's going to happen when these kids get in charge. I'm so excited for when these kids get in charge. I get to have conversations with them, good, interesting, lovely conversations with them about their dreams and about their hopes in the future and what they want our world to look like. And it's different than any world that I could imagine. But you know what? I want to go there with them and I want to keep imagining. And so my job is to imagine, to create, to inspire, and to be inspired and turned by kids. I hope you were inspired in some ways. Thank you very much.